Go there. একটু ঢুকিয়ে নিন ওইটা, তাহলে লোকে যেতে পারে। হ্যাঁ, আপনার মুখটা ওদিকে করুন, তবে তো দেখ পাবে। Take them, take them. হ্যাঁ, তারপরে এইখানে বসতে কি হলো? যাও নিয়ে যাও, নিয়ে যাও চাবি। কোথায় নিয়ে যাবে? চাবিটা কোথায় নিয়ে যাবে?
কোথাও নিয়ে যাবো না।
তাহলে চাবির জন্য শক্ত করছে। যখন যাবে তখন নিলে কি হয়েছে? চাবি 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 নিয়ে এসো।
লোকে এরকম বলছিল না, দেখি কি বলে বমি নিয়ে আসতে।
তোমার একটু ওয়াকিং হলো। আচ্ছা, সো আই ক্যান সি দ্য ফেস। ভালো করে বসো আমার দিকে। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা। To sit in the center, another person will come, they will be comfortable, put your bag leisurely on your back, there is so much room.
Yeah, I know, but I feel very comfortable.
Okay, so you have to, no one has the book.
You can read my book.
Okay. So last time we are reading, okay. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, so we are reading the last day. We read the glory of that remembering the late Lord's name. So we read that verse from Sutta. Sutta, who was the narrator of this entire Bhagavat later on. That's a little cold is asking, no?
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. So Sutta said that the constant remembrance on page 197 bottom, the constant remembrance of Krishna, what happens? It renders a person sinless. One who remembers God continuously, so that helps someone to be pure. Sinless means pure. What is pure in Vedanta? Pure means not identified with the body, not identified with the world, but gets identified with the divine. No? That is the sin. Sin is what? Sin is pap. The Sanskrit word pap. Pap means that separates us from God and me. That separates us from God and me. So that constant remembrance, the opposite of that. If I remember God all the time, then what happens? It is just opposite of what we are thinking of. Forgetfulness. Forgetfulness opposite is remembering. And it purifies and pacifies his mind. And it generates in him devotion and knowledge, accompanied by vairagya and vijnana. Vairagya means dispassion or renunciation, and Vijnana means knowledge. So two important things have been mentioned. Remembrance has the power to give us two things: devotion, love for God. Remember, remember, remember. It purifies the mind, it removes the clouds of darkness from the heart, and that creates, as soon as that is removed, then what will happen? Devotion, love for God will generate. And that love, automatically that love will remove the misconception, because love makes us close, no? Hatred separates, love unites. And when you come close to the beloved Lord, closer, the misconception about God will disappear. You know, that's why it is said when people love each other, they don't see the fault of others. Love is such a powerful thing. The mother loves the baby or the child. He does so many right or wrong things, but in the eyes of mother, oh, he does not know. He is very innocent. He's always supportive of the child. No, even he does some nasty things. Yeah. But if someone's child does the same thing, huh? My child, oh, he is innocent. He does not know that, you know. But another child, wow, how can that? See, what a nasty person, nasty boy. See, so when the love comes, it diffuses all the negativities. There is negativity, but the negativity goes away. So when we come close by remembering God again and again and again, what will happen? We generate little impression of love, and that love unites, and as a result, the love removes the darkness, and it gives illumination, and that is called the Vijnana. Jnana and Vijnana. It gives the right understanding about God, and it gives the special knowledge of Atma. That means, what is the special knowledge? The special knowledge is knowledge. I see the tree, that's the knowledge of the tree. I see this table, it is the knowledge of the table. But Vijnana is what? That will give me a spiritual insight. I will not see the tree as tree, but it's God's manifestation. Table is not table, it is the manifestation of the Lord. So that is called Vijnana. We see the wave in the ocean. Everyone sees ocean as wave only. But those who are Vijnani, they will see only the play of the water. Whether big wave, small wave, or it is bubble, or it is ripple, it matters little. Nothing is important. It only wave. And wave is water, nothing but water, play of water. That's why I say this world is God's play. See how the words we use. Bhaktas use that this world is play of the Lord. How it is the play of the Lord? There is so much bad things, so many good things, bad things in the world. God is bad? Well, no, look at the water in the ocean. It is the play of the water only. When there is cool breeze, ripples are mild, huge tidal wave, tsunami-like blast. These are all what? Everything is a play of the Lord. Everything is play of water. So when love for God will come, the difference between me and God will cease, and it will remove all the coverings, and as a result I will have the knowledge of God. And that knowledge when will be manifested in the life, how? That we will see God everywhere. That it's all the universe that we mistakenly see as world. It is not world, it is God and God alone. So that was the chapter part we read. Now, again is quoting that Sukadeva. Again, who is the Sukadeva? the teacher of this entire conversation. Shuka, I told yesterday, Shukadev was among the four rishis, they call. These rishis are illumined. They are all fully illumined souls.
Four rishis. Who?
Shuka, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, Sanatan. These are the four rishis. And they are called eternally free. They are born with the knowledge. Shukadev's story is there. Shukadev's father was Vyasadev.
Yes.
And Vyasa was such a man of wisdom. Vyasa actually divided the four Vedas into Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharva Veda. And this Vyasadev, it's a huge thing. We cannot read in our one lifetime Vedas. And in those days, there is no this computer that you put it and say sort out according to music. Okay, machine will do that. This is the prose, sort out. These are the more of history and more of the material science things, sort out. He did it. He kept whole Vedas in the brain, and mentally he sorted out those.
Wow.
And said that this is called the Rig Veda. This is the musical part Vedas sung by the ancient time. And he created one teacher for each of them. And then that much talent, intelligence, humanly impossible. So that is the Vyasadev. Veda Vyasa. He called Veda Vyasa. The Vyasa, the person of wisdom who had the Vedas separated, distinguished. Today we call the Vedas, what we now know Vedas, it is Vyasadev's contribution. Ancient time it was all mixed, wisdom was mixed here and there, but classify them, that is called the Veda Vyasa.
So Rig Veda is the core of all the Vedas. Right?
Whatever is there.
And then this gives rise to the Samaveda, Ajurveda, Atharvaveda, which is the
that whatever is there, but suppose when the Vedas are all expressed, came from this source to this source to this source, and it was jumbled up. There is no written script like that. The written script gets much later. That time they used to remember. That's why even Vedic school is to remember. They don't read books like us. Memorize everything in the memory. The whole Vedas they will chant. You go to the Malibu temple priest here. These priests can chant the entire Veda, one Veda, Rig Veda. They are Rig Vedis. Just whole Rig Veda they can chant without seeing the book, with the back, with the tone up and down like that. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasra Shirsha Sahasra Mukh Sahasra Pat Sabhuming Vishyato Vritya Attatishtadda Sangulam. I may chant one or two verses, but the entire book they memorize.
Wow.
And Rig Veda, Samaveda, it took, I asked them how many years it 10 continuous years, they day and night chanted and learned only one Veda. And they memorized it. And this is in the brain of Vyasadeva. Rig Veda, Samaveda, all. 4, added 4. And then mentally divided, this should be in this Rig Veda earlier section. This is the produced out of that, Sama came and this came, that came. So dividing them. So that, what I'm saying, Vyasa was it's called the Adi Guru. It's called the primeval Guru, the earliest of the Gurus.
Can you repeat the name, please?
Vyasa, Vyasa, Vyasadev. And he also wrote that great philosophical text. It's called the Brahma Sutra. You can get the book Brahma Sutra here. All the philosophy of Vedanta in nutshell. And that too, earlier these books were not there. To memorize the philosophy, it is to be expressed in a very short expression. A big idea punched into, that's called aphorism. So, yes, the Brahma Sutra, that is the foundation of Vedanta. All the Vedantic script, I think Vedanta philosophy depends on that.
It's a very thick book. Isn't it?
Very huge book. Shankaracharya wrote a commentary. It is a huge book. To read that, and they're logically establishing Brahman is the ultimate truth. So that is the second creation. And Bhagavat. The three is the masterpiece of one person, Vedas. And his son was Shukadev. He prayed to God, "Oh Lord, to keep this wisdom, give me some son."
Wow.
And then a boy was born, but the boy is in mother's womb. The story goes little miraculous. The mother's womb, the boy is not coming to be born. He is in the mother's womb. And why? He does not want to fall into Maya. As soon as we fall, we are born, we come into the world, we cry out, and then we see the world. This is as real. He does not want to go into that state. So what happened? He was then he made a condition. I will be born, and father is also embarrassed. Now the mom is in pain. The child is not coming out in the womb of mother. And it is said he was almost 18 years. It is a story. It can't be like that. But anyhow, story goes like that. But why he is not coming out? He does not want to be born in Maya. So his condition, I will be born that moment if the whole world is Maya is removed for a split second of his birth. And Vyasadeva prayed to Brahma and all these things, praying. God said, okay, only the split second of his birth, the Maya will be over. And that is the time he was born. That is the story. Meaning, the significance is that, take the inner meaning. Inner meaning is he is born without any Maya. Without any ignorance.
That's what I was asking them through his life.
And that's why he was born with knowledge. He need not go to teacher. He was a great realized soul, and he was born with that knowledge itself. So we read these books to get knowledge, devotion, and seeing experience, no? But he is born with that. He did not have to do anything. He is fully established in knowledge. So that is the significance. And that's why Shukadev, when he came, that's called eternally pure Shukadev. That is a story. Ramakrishna's Gospel says that Shukadev, and then Shukadev after birth, because he has no Maya, and he was 18 years old, so he started walking. And Father Vyasa, he became so lost into it that my child, I am praying for him to be born, and I did all this, and he is leaving us and running away. And he started running after. He started following Shuka. And he was totally, but Shuka has no, who is father, who is mother? He is born without any Maya. No father, no mom, no this, I am Atman, that is the level. And then he's going. And there were stories that there are some ladies in the early days used to take shower in the bath in the reservoir called ponds. In India, we know ponds. And when Vyasa was passing by, though he was running for Shukadev, these ladies felt shy and they covered their body. And before that, Shukadev, a young boy, adult, and they're all young girls even, they don't feel any shy. They were taking their bath and all these things. Seeing that, Ramakrishna said in the story that they, Vasudev then went to those girls that, my children, you are like my daughter. And my young boy is a young boy. He went, just crossed you. You don't feel any shy or anything. I am an old man, and I am a basso, as man of wisdom. And why you are so much shy about me? They replied, you know, in your mind there is a trace of lust. But in Shuka's mind there is no lust. We don't feel that's why. That's why when Ramakrishna used to sing and dance, and there are ladies, they didn't feel any shyness in front of Ramakrishna because he has no lust. This subject is not there in his heart. So there is others don't feel shy. No one feels shy before a baby, is it not? Mom, dad, brother, sister, suppose anyone. Why? Why you don't feel? He's a boy or a girl. But because in his mind there is no shyness, there is no pollution, therefore you don't feel any affected. This is the highest philosophy. So seeing that purity of Shukadev, we can understand how much pure is there. There is no trace of lust. And Basso learned that from those ladies. Because even you are a sage, but you have a trace of lust. But in the Shuka's mind, it's like a baby. We don't feel any shyness before them. That is the reason. So that purity, that Shukadev gave this advice to whom you call this Parikshit, the king Parikshit. He is saying here, Sanskrit learning is not necessary. Let me do the English only. Learning austerities, regulations of breath, kindliness, pilgrimages, gifts, repetition of mantra. None of these practices can purify the mind so efficiently as the constant remembrance of the Lord. That is the installation of Him in the heart. What is the sign? Suppose you are learning the scriptures, you are reading Gita, Upanishad, Bhagavad, this, that. Learning. That learning will not purify you so much if you remember the name of Lord and feel His presence here all the time. It is much deeper practice. People read the books. Why? To keep the mind in a lofty thought. But here he says, learning, vidya, tapaha. People do austerities. What type of austerity? Austerity for people fast. People sometimes do your whole night japa. Shivaratri time people do fasting, japa. In every religion there is fasting. So austerity. Days after days. For what? For generating love for God. But Shukadev says that your fasting will not give that much purity. If you can remember God, that will give you much. Constant remembrance. Then learning vidya, tapaha. Tapa means austerity. Prana nirodha, the controlling the pranayama. People in this country, how many spiritual institutions are there only teaching pranayama? Breath, control the breath, watch the breath, how the breathing is going on, how it is slowing down. All these things are going on to control of the prana. Prana nirodha. So that will not also give you that purity. Pranayama is good. Pranayama is what? Pranayama is a good practice for spiritual life. Those who do meditation, they do little pranayama.
Swamiji, when we are thinking, creating stories in our minds, like something, and like anger, like we are feeling some anger than the story. At that time, my observation as a psychologist is giving, they are holding breath, because in the anger, if you feel it, the anger, they are not breathing, they are holding breath inside. But if they are crying, I'm just asking.
The anger comes out.
They have like enough, very slow. But when you are meditating, if you are very deep meditation, that breath is completely different. So there is some connection with the breathing. The
Connection is there, but what
it's
is
not purified.
no, it is saying that it is not as beneficial, as quick as you remember God directly.
So there is beneficial, but it's
everything
not,
has benefit.
okay.
All this, why then spiritual discipline? Why people will follow spiritual discipline if that has no benefit? Of course it is benefit, but here is saying superlative benefit is in when you are just remembering the presence of God with you. That's the highest benefit comes. Others will benefit you, but it takes long time. You can get that result for a long. See how many people are doing pranayama for years and years.
Yes, that's
But suppose someone just repeating the Lord's name and getting absorbed, it's instant, it is much deeper. So it is saying that that's why compared to learning is not bad. If you don't learning, what are you doing here now? I am every day, these hours now in the evening, these, that, what we are doing. If the pranayama does not do anything, what we are doing in the sitting every day in the morning, 3 times, noon time, afternoon time? No, they are doing. But here this Bhagavat is emphasizing, it will bring greater benefit, deeper benefit, if one can remember God all the time. That is the emphasis. The pranayama we cannot do whole day.
No, it's too much.
But remembering you can do. You are walking, you can feel. Repeat the holy name, the mantra, and feel God's presence. No? That is the emphasis. So it is called the vidya means learning, tapaha means austerity. Then prana nirodha. Prana is the breath, nirodha is the control. That prana nirodha and maitri. Maitri means your friendliness or kindness to others. No tirtha, going to pilgrimage, holy places of pilgrimage. Yes, that is good. If you go to pilgrimage, you get the spiritual vibration there, you get the benefit there. Abhisheka. Abhisheka means when you do in the Hindu temple you go, they put with milk and other thing, bathe the Lord Shiva. This is called Abhishekam. So with that type of gift if you offer to the Lord, then or broto dano japai, tirthabhisheka broto. Broto means some স্পেশাল ব্রত কি বলেন আজকে কিসের ব্রত আপনারা বলেন বাংলাতে বলেন না কি ব্রত আজকে শনির ব্রত there is a rituals they do in India. There are different types of habits. On this special occasion you do the special fasting, special mantra japa, special mantra chanting, meditation. These are shoni broto. In to please the planet Shani, Saturn.
Saturn. Oh, Shani. Oh, Shani.
So people do some type of practice. So you can do all this. That repetition mantra is the highest. You can practice that can purify the mind, not that so efficiently as constant as lavati antaratma jatha hridisthe bhagavati anante. In Ananta, Ananta means this endless, the God who is endless, loving Him, thinking of Him, you can get the greater benefit rather than that. Again, same thing he emphasizes next verse 10 and 11. Owing to the evil influence of the iron age of Kali, men are likely to commit many sins arising from the use of prohibited materials, residence in undesirable surroundings, and indulgence in evil ways with the body and mind. The Lord dispels such sins and sinful tendencies when He manifests in the heart of a devotee through constant remembrance. Just as a fire removes the stains found in the gold owing to contact with other metals, so the Lord Vishnu, by His presence, removes all the evils and evil tendencies in the yogi's heart. Huh? Could you understand what he said?
Yes.
Very simple. It says that we are born in this age, we are born in a very distracting environment. That's why he's saying evil. Evil means which takes us towards world and worldliness. So the owing to the being we are born in this age. Suppose this standard of the society, the when we are born, even we are young, society was totally different. What is moral, what should be done, what should not be done. High standard was there. As time passes, no, that type of understanding has changed. Uh, when doing little mistake, even your parents may punish you. If not parents are not necessary. The community, in the community you live, your brother, little elderly than you, of the another home, they can give you a good slap and say, you did that nonsense, don't do. That was acceptable. That means everyone is watching upon you. You are a part of the society. Don't think that I belong to this rich man's house. Okay, whatever I do, they can give a good beating. That means society was very supportive of very high standard. Now, the society has changed. No one knows each other more. And if someone does, okay, let him do. Even his own parents say, okay, let them do. So it is permissive society. The way we watch television and all the nonsense things which comes in the TV. Could you imagine? Now we are born, say, 50, 60 years. Remember our childhood. Could you imagine? You are watching that in front of your mom, dad, brother, sister, like that. Huh? The society has changed so much, which was considered one time very bad. They are acceptable. So he's saying, born in this age, where standard is like that, owing to the evil influence of this iron age of Kali, men are likely to commit many sins. Because when opportunity is such, people indulge into many bad things, which you could not, because the pressure of the society, people would not dare to do that in early days. We remember, we want to go to a movie, we'll have to tell our mom, and sisters will be all together, brother, sister together. Mom, this is a good movie. We should go. It has a good learning. It has good values. These that we will have to money 10 days we have to plead mom and dad to say that it's a good thing, we are going for a good purpose. To see a good movie.
Yes.
At least we felt that way. But because they have standard. You have to build up your character now. Don't go indulge yourself into those things. But so now you go to what movie? Who is controlling you? What to see? Just here you see whatever you like to see. So this is the influence of the age. He's saying that because of the influence of the age, men are likely to commit. Naturally, openness is there, no control is there. So men are subject to do many such things which they should not do. As I was talking about, only we talk about eating food into the mouth. See things with your eyes. Are they proper or improper? So no one thinks about that. I am a sattvika, I am a holy man, I am a vegetarian, but I go and see all these things. Those are all good, no? That is, I'm vegetarian, I'm a pure, I'm a spiritual person, but I can go do all those things to the eyes, to the ears, what you hear. And so the five senses, all senses are absorbing these things. So it is said that in this age, people are vulnerable because it is available and society's pressure is not there. People don't say anything bad. Suppose in Indian context, I'm talking, not in American standard. In our time, even we are classmates, one boy and girl, they cannot look at each other's face. It's good or bad, I don't know, but that was there. But here, a boy or a girl of even 8, 9 years old, I have a girlfriend, I have a boyfriend, I have this, I have that. It's natural. If you don't have that, then they'll say, what type of boy? Are you psychologically derailed that you have no girlfriend or you have no boyfriend and you don't live together? What type of life is this? See, society has become so different. Look at the changes what I'm talking about. And in this society, if you want to be intoxicated in God, bigger struggle, no? More problem. It needs greater stamina to withdraw the mind from this type of thing to focus towards God. So that's why it is saying, owing to the evil influence, the iron age of Kali means the Kali Yuga, this age is called the iron age, men and everyone are likely to commit many sins, which is arising from the use of prohibited materials. Residence in the undesirable surroundings. That means you are born in such a family or you go to certain association where there are all evil things are going on. Evil in the sense of spirituality, nothing bad that may be needed for some other people, but for spiritual people it is an obstacle. So someone goes and makes his home nearby. As people come to build their home near the temple to get the temple atmosphere, some people go to such atmosphere where they can have singing, dancing every day, and they have all easily available those things. So that's why he's saying that undesirable surroundings and indulgence in evil ways with the body and the mind. So these are where in this age it is available. This is the obstacles. The Lord, when you remember God, what happens? It says, the Lord dispels such sins and sinful tendencies. Two things. Sin is that what is going on in action. I'm committing something wrong. But it does not end there. It creates an impression deep inside. So sin and the sinful tendency. The tendency doing again and thinking negative thought again and again and again and again, what happens? You need not have to make an effort, but the tendency forces him. You can see among the children, someone, you see the tendency of a child. One child, no one has taught them. One child is very compassionate, very loving, takes care of everyone. And someone, you see, very selfish, does not look at anything. He only thinks, see that, he goes and grabs and run away. Another child will say, he'll get it and they'll feed his brother or sister or like that. No, what makes it different? The tendency is created, that because of his previous thinking. It's called a groove. In the brain, you create a groove, what you think. Power of thinking is a power, and power makes a groove in the brain. In our sanskaras, that's called the sanskara. So the that scene, what if one remembers God, what happens? Two things happen. He says, the Lord dispels such sins, not only sins, but the sinful tendencies also, which is very difficult to get out. Sin you can get out. I won't do this, I won't look at that side, I will not go to this, I will be in the holy company, I will try to avoid that. That is the negativity is I am avoiding. Huh? But what is my in my sanskara impression that forces me? I don't want, but I am put into that situation. I don't want to be uh, rude or unkind, but I become rude and unkind. That's called the sanskara. It is from the previous life. It has make a deep dent into our heart. But that can also be wiped out by God's grace. If you remember God, then that deep impression can be wiped out. Sinful tendencies. The Lord dispels such sin and sinful tendencies when He manifests in the heart of a devotee through constant remembrance. Only if one remembers God constantly, day and night, that can remove the evil tendencies and evil actions. Mind will be purified. Mind will not go that direction. It is like you feel distaste. Anything, anything in our life which I feel very interested in one time. After experience of those things or something, you sometimes feel that I don't like it anymore. People say I used to like this, but I don't like it anymore. That godly tendency can direct us in that way. Just as fire, given an example, when the fire removes the stains found in the gold, going into the contact of the materials. Anything, say any metallic jar or anything, no? It's polished, very shining, say metal, shining gold is the given the example. And then when it gets keep in the atmosphere, after some time it gets stained. Then you have to clean it. So he's saying that the alloy of the gold is removed by heat. Similarly, remembering God's name removes the alloy of the world and worldliness. Just as the fire removes the stain found in gold owing to contact with other metals, so Vishnu, by his presence, removes all the evil tendencies in the yogis. So that's why that is the power and the importance and the value of remembering God all the time. That's the question of benefit. What is the benefit? We don't do anything unless we find its benefit. What is spiritual life? That's the point. Spiritual life is what? Spiritual life is that which only removes clears my doubts and confusions of the mind, which removes my ignorance so that I can see God face to face. And what is God? Why God? What is God? According to Vedanta, God is who is the essence of our very self, who is nothing but joy and bliss. And in this life, how much joy is there? How much suffering? How much all frustration? Life is full of all these things, whereas the real purpose of life can be experienced of freedom, joy, bliss, peace. That is called God. So, if you want to reach that, what is the easy way? Easy way is saying, repeat the mantra. Remember the mantra all the time. Guru gave you the mantra. What a blessed opportunity you got. So that mantra to repeat again and again and again, if you can remember again and again, then what will happen? Then it will oide, like the fire removes the stain of the things, or you can say detergent removes and cleans, say, metals. No, you clean the metallic vase for the shrine. You take some detergent and rub it. Similarly, God's name, rub the God's name in your mind. Uh, re, rub, rub with the mantra, as if rubbing a vessel with a detergent, and mantra is like rubbing on the mind. And then that rubbing will clean the surface of dirt and dust. And not only dirt and dust, deep rooted. Sometimes you say, I did it once, still things are sticking into the body of the vase that are deep rooted. Go on repeating, remember God, so that a little by little all will be removed. And what will happen? If the dirt and dust is removed, what will happen? It will be shining, shining its own glory, shining with its own beauty, shining with its own joy. So this person who is this poor guy, uh, filled with all these imperfections, and living in sadness, depression, frustration, will be transformed. It will be shining, bright, brilliant. That's why we go to the saintly people, see their life. They have no material riches, they have no material prosperity, but they are spiritually rich and elegant. Christ, materially, he was a beggar, he was a monk, wandering monk as it were, but shining with the inner beauty. Buddha was a king. That Buddha we don't like. We like the Buddha who is awakened Buddha, who has rubbed and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. And when cleaning was perfect, what happened? It became shining. And as a result of shining, thousands of years, 2500 years now, people are uh, amazed to see the shining Buddha. And all want to be Buddha like. It's called Buddha nature. We want to be Buddha. Bodhisattva. We want to be Bodhisattva. And if you look at Shankara, look at Ramakrishna, they're all beggars in the world. Not for any material prosperity, they are not to be remembered. But the treasure, the shining nature came out in such a way, your attention will go in that direction only. So it is very important in spiritual life to call upon God and remember day and night. That's why Chaitanya's prayer is so important. We do practice every day Chaitanya's prayer. Cheto darpana marjanam. Cheto darpana. Cheto means chitta, or mind. Darpana means the mirror. Marjanam, polish. And that translation has been made. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean. So cleaning of the wiping every day, every mantra is like wiping the mantra, cleaning. You do not know that any change is happening. When you are cleaning, suppose there is a thick layer of dust and dirt for a long time, and you just with the water or some rubbing, you try. You don't see any change. That's why everyday practice, you may say, I don't feel anything. You need not have to feel anything every day. When the moment the surface will be clean, inner light will shine forth. God is not to be purchased from somewhere. Only God is shining here, is obscured. How to remove that coating and covering? Wipe out. And then what will that remain? That will remain.
Swamiji, when you are chanting, I don't want to use the judgment, but I have been seeing many people who has been in different movement, different, religion or other things. They chant the name of the God or chant the other things, but at the same time, I don't see that shining things in them, because even they don't appreciate the things around there. They are cruel. They chant. They all the time. They have a job. I call japa, but they are using different things. So, but what is this behind this? Because
Suppose
chanting is not coming from the heart.
Suppose I am chanting someone's name, and my mind is roaming somewhere else. My chanting has any correspondence?
There is
nothing.
Some, maybe. There is
That's why that's it. Because of that little something, it has this little effect.
Yeah.
But because of that little effect, it is no change. As if no change.
That's why people doing many years are still.
They're not progress.
But some people
do from the heart. And how to do from heart? At the beginning, we cannot do from the heart also, because we have our external environment. We are born, influence so much is there, distraction is so much, and my mind is also filled with so many things. So it may not come. But sincerity, prayer, that's why everyday prayer. I am trying, O Lord, but nothing happening. Please come, please come. Ramakrishna used to cry, why? Another day is gone. I cried, I prayed, oh Ma, come in my life. But I didn't see you, I can't see you. So that is the helpless situation. If one is sincere, not that I can do it wholeheartedly, but I can pray sincerely. I tried, oh Lord, up to my capacity. My mind does not cooperate. Please help me. No? This prayer itself intensifies that. And that will be quicker. That's why it is said, now, one who can cry for God, one who can cry for God, in one drop of tears for God, is much more than long meditation and prayer and all this study of the scriptures. God loves the tears. Tears means which quickly cleanses the mind. Because intense, you cannot cry unless you have intensity. Right? You look at our emotion. When our emotion is high, then we cry. You cannot be a dry-hearted person and cry. Normally, it does not happen. So therefore, important is that if one is sincere, one is really feel that I have something missing every day. So intensity, sincerity, love, joy, will that craving for that. I have everything. All the prayers teach us. I have everything, O Lord, but I feel empty. I have my money, wealth, home, friends, good friends, this, that, but still I am lacking something. Please help me. Ramakrishna is to cry every day. Every day the sun will be setting and he will be getting at the end of the day. Though he's day and night crying, showing us, he does not need to do this practice. He is God himself, no? But he is doing this only to say, hey, you people learn from me. You want to realize God and get perfect peace? Then you will also to say, another sun is setting, another 24 hours of my life is gone in vain. Why vain? He said, I have not realized you. So, if one, with our own ability, we cannot compare that I will be like you will be like him or her. Let you be yourself, whatever you are, be that. But if we can add this intensity, the another day is gone. Oh Lord, I tried, but unless you help, Nothing will happen. You do that. That is the intense prayer. That is remembering God intensely. And that will wash away much of the dirt quickly. So the note says, the purport of the first verse is not to give a license to commit sin. It is applicable only to the sincerely repentant person who wants to turn a new leaf in life. Constant remembrance is possible only at an advanced stage of devotional life, attained through the long practice of other disciplines mentioned earlier and hereafter. Similarly, the second verse describes how remembrance purifies a sinful heart. It is to be noted that it is the Lord who purifies the heart of the yogis and not his practices. Holy Mother said that because you do 1,000 japa, God will come to you. He is not a bargainable object. I give you $10 and give me $10 God realization. No, he's not. He said God will appear by his own grace. You only try, cry, pray, and God will. That's why grace of God is ultimately necessary. But before that, grace will come upon whom? Who wants that? Is it not? Suppose a child, mother wants to give something, but mother gives to whom? Who cries for that? First priority is that, is it not? Second priority will be that, oh, he does not want it. He never told me that he wants this. Is it not? In our regular life, we as a mothers, you will be able to link these ideas. So someone needs, mom, give me, and the children when they run and tell, mommy, should have to give, I don't want it, if you don't give her, and then cry, weep, and roll down in the floor. Then mom said, okay, Baba, take it. Is it not? Even mom does not want to give. Under circumstances, said, okay, Baba is so much crying. What can be done? Just give, give, give. So God also like that. So God's grace, God realization happens by God's grace. But God's grace comes upon whom? Who wants it?
Mumukshutva.
Mumukshutva, desire to be liberated. Suppose I am not hungry and you give me a good supply of food, what will happen? It is not my need. It is no appreciation. Now the question of appreciation does not come. Even you will not touch it. So that's the quality is that you need. Do I need it? Is it important in my life? Is it essential in my life? Can I live in a way without this? Or I am happy without this, or I am unhappy with this? Many people, God is not needed. When everything is good, why God is God? What is the play of God? In most of the normal life, you see, when the job is secured, children are growing well, my days are going on, happy days, food, friends, party, everything is going on well. People don't need God. Huh? And then when God comes into the equation, others will leave you. When God was not there, others were there. All the party goes on. Every weekend, all whole week's work. At the end of the weekend, they are busy with the party. They cannot go. Take rest. No, I cannot. I'll have to go. But this is the way we get involved. That time God is not needed. But anything which happens, which we cannot solve, and we feel really lost, then we say, all the friends, they cannot solve, they cannot take away my suffering, they cannot take away my pain, they cannot give me consolation. Then we go to what? Oh Lord, why it is happening to me? Why you are there? Why it is happening? See, this is the question. That's why intense desire is necessary. We need Him. Without Him, life is like like breathless. You take the fish out of the water. That Sri Ramakrishna also said that that type of expectation is necessary. But anyhow, so remembering God is so important. Okay? Okay, if we can practice little bit, that will be the purpose of this reading.
Thank you, Swamiji. It was wonderful.
Jai Ma.
Jai Mama.